Hi, I'm Stefan, Iron DPC, and let's talk to you about my supplement routine. Here's a pill container. I highly recommend this if you're taking as many supplements as I do. We're going to talk to you about my evening routine and my morning routine. In no particular order, I have Nepronol. I take Nepronol, it's nattokinase along with serrapeptase and lipase. These are not necessarily digestive enzymes, these are fibrinolytic medicines. They're not necessarily nutritional. They are, I would consider them between an herbal and a medicine, but more on the medicine side. Essentially, what we've learned over the pandemic, these are very good at inhibiting spike protein from binding. That's been studied. Dr. Peter McCullough has identified that, and as part of his anti-spike protocol, it's nattokinase, turmeric, and quercetin. I take this every day just to thin my blood a little bit and also protect myself from spike since I do work with patients who have been vaccinated and they're shedding spike. They're long haul patients. So just an extra layer of protection for myself. But in addition, it's just to thin my blood a little bit and potentially prevent cardiovascular disease. I take one of these twice daily. Now, there's different dosing recommendations for this. You can go all the way upwards, and I have done this for patients up to 9 capsules a day. This is for patients who have been dealing with some clotting issues from long COVID, and we've used it for both superficial thrombophlebitis as well as prevention of patients who've had clots in the past. I've also had patients who have used this. I have one in particular. She used a product like this for 1 year in an attempt to see if it would clear out plaquing of her carotid artery, which it did. We did before and after ultrasounds, and the carotid artery seemingly cleared up. So more needs to be studied on this, but I feel like it's pretty harmless, and I'm going to start taking it at an earlier age. This is red yeast rice. So again, for my cardio protection, I run a little bit high lipid particles. I have been for some time now, and it's most likely because I'm a lean mass hyperresponder. I eat low carbohydrate for the most part, and I eat animal-based protein and fats, and so this raises my cholesterol and my lipids. So I'm using red yeast rice to lower these. Now, I don't think cholesterol necessarily causes heart disease, but unfortunately, this is very hard to prove one way or the other. The studies that we have are pharmaceutical-based studies, right, on statin drugs, showing that if you treat this many patients, you maybe save 1 or 2 from a heart attack. But then the problem with that is we don't know the studies of omission. We don't know the pharmaceutical studies out there that they never published those studies. They never came to light of day for not showing a benefit for their drugs. But I think there's some nuance to this subject. I think there may be definitely a role with too high lipid values being a causative role in heart disease. So in my case, I'm going to just play it safe, and I'm going to try to use a more natural leaning substance rather than a statin drugs to lower my lipids. And over time, I have seen a bit of improvement in my lipids from this protocol that I've been doing. This is essential amino acids. These are aminos. All athletes should be taking aminos. I have proven this to myself on multiple testing. I've tested myself through Genova Diagnostics. NutriEval, which is a blood serum marker. I've also tested the urinary metabolites, and I've also tested my white blood cell micronutrient analysis with Vibrant, which identified that I'm low in amino acids. So despite eating protein, I eat beef every day, I eat eggs, I'm low in several amino acids. And I think that's maybe because I'm an athlete and I'm just using up more aminos. So I'm going to be using these twice daily. Actually, no, how many? Yeah, at least 2 capsules twice daily of this amino blend. I should mention the red yeast rice is 1.2 grams twice daily. This is a digestive enzyme, so different than the fibrinolytic enzymes. This is oxbile, peptidase, amylase, pepsin, proteases, glucoamylase, lactase, invertase, and lipase. Now, why am I taking this? Well, I tested my labs. I did a biomarker testing with Genova Diagnostics, indicating that I had some low digestive enzymes. So maybe I wasn't able to extract all the nutrients from my foods. So I take digestive enzymes once daily in the morning with my food. This is vitamin K1 and K2. So the Dutch have been studying the K vitamins for the past 20 years and have identified that calcium plaquing in the arteries is because of K1 and K2 deficiency. You can get K1 and K2 naturally by eating beef that's been raised in the plains on the grass that's able to eat grass, right? Cows that have been corn-fed, they're going to have less K1 and K2 profile in their meats. You can also get K2 from green leafy vegetables. This is why when I talk to patients about K2, they're like, oh, won't that cause blood clotting? Well, if you take Coumadin, right, this is a factor K-dependent anticoagulant, you probably shouldn't be taking a K2 or green leafy vegetables. That's where your doctor tells you not to take it. Coumadin is an old drug. There's better drugs now out there. But I'm taking K1 and K2 because I identified through my white blood cell micronutrient analysis that I was low in K1 and K2. So I'm trying to be proactive and preventative against cardiovascular disease. I'm taking K1 and K2 every day to prevent calcium formation in my arteries. But calcium can form anywhere. It can form in knuckles. I've had patients with that. If you look at patients' aortas under ultrasonography or CAT scans, calcified aorta happens with age. Calcification of the pineal glands, calcification of the thyroid. So calcification can happen anywhere in the body. Some of these may be dependent on high fluoride consumption, but K1 and K2 can improve the metabolism of calcium, make it go into the bones where it's supposed to go, and not have high levels in the bloodstream, which is another reason I don't really recommend taking a calcium supplement. You can get calcium from other food products just fine. This is omega-3, and now I tested my micronutrients and I had very good omega-3 levels, but I want them even better. They're very good probably because I eat grass-fed beef. It has omega-3s in there. And then I also eat a lot of sardines. I eat sardines throughout the week, probably 5 times a week, a couple sardine cans. So my omega-3s are good, but I want them even better. So that's why I take omega-3s. I take 1 capsule twice daily. Hitting up to 4 grams a day has been suggested as a good modality for really decreasing a lot of diseases. This is the Phyto Multi that a lot of my patients are familiar with. This is a multivitamin that we found is well-tolerated one on the gastrointestinal system. It doesn't give people stomach upset, but also has a lot of important things that we need. It has a lot of B vitamins. It has some vitamin K in there. It has vitamin A, about 3,000 micrograms. A little bit of vitamin D, 1,000 units. Not really too much there. You still need to take a vitamin D supplement. It also has some critical minerals, magnesium, zinc, copper, magnesium, and the most important one is selenium in there. We want to make sure we're taking selenium is an important cofactor for your thyroid to produce thyroid hormone. And then there's also a lot of phytonutrients. And I tested myself once with Genova Diagnostics, and it indicated that I had low phytonutrients. So I figured this is a good supplement to take to kind of buffer that, because I don't eat a whole lot of green leafy vegetables. I eat more fermented vegetables than anything. So I don't think the vegans are entirely wrong, so I'm going to take a supplement to get my phytonutrients. What else is in here? Resveratrol, very interesting, 10 milligrams resveratrol in here. Essentially, that's a wine extract. Has some longevity benefits to that. Now, I don't think 10 milligrams is too much with resveratrol, so it's probably not enough to make a potent impact. And then there's inositol in there too that can help with burning carbohydrates, helps with weight loss, weight maintenance. Not that I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm just trying to maintain a healthy body composition. And there's some molybdenum in there. So yeah, this is good. I take 2 of these every day in the morning. And here's iodine, the other cofactor for thyroid hormone production. I take 12.5 milligrams every day. Now, people tell me, oh, there's iodine here in my multivitamin. I didn't even mention it because it's so little. There's 150 micrograms of iodine in this supplement. It's a drop in the bucket. That's not going to do anything. You still need to take higher doses of iodine to protect your thyroid from the toxic halides, the chlorine, the fluorine, and the bromide. Right? Iodine has no chance to get to the tissues to actually work to protect yourself from cancer, to improve your thyroid function. Everyone is deficient in iodine. This is after I have tested over 100 patients here at the practice, both serum and urinary challenge testing. Pretty much everyone is deficient in iodine unless they are actually taking exogenous milligram doses of iodine. And no, my thyroid peroxidase antibody has not gone up. I know some of my colleagues out there are worried about my TPO antibodies. No, they've not gone up. I monitor these, and I take antioxidants to buffer the thyroid peroxidase. There's that. Magnesium. Everyone needs to take magnesium. Everyone is magnesium deficient. If you have a constipated child, well, they're probably eating cheese sticks and Swedish fish, so they probably shouldn't do that, but they should also take magnesium. You can get this in a liquid form for kids. I take this as a supplement, upwards of 300 milligrams every day. I also take it in the element electrolytes that I consume throughout the day to make sure I have enough magnesium. Magnesium is important for like 500 cofactors in the human body, and we want to make sure we have enough of magnesium. We're going to get on with my evening routine. Now, I might sometimes take nitric oxide in the morning. I might take it sometimes in the evening. This is, we found, is the most potent nitric oxide booster we've found yet. You know, forget about trying to supplement with arginine and citrulline. I did that for years. That stuff doesn't work. This has potassium nitrite in there. This is way better product. It also has some B vitamins, B12, methylcobalamin. It says, 8,000 is the daily value here. Now, I need a lot of B vitamins. I've identified this through extensive testing on myself. I need a lot of B vitamins. So even taking like 2 of these and 2 of these every day, I'm getting supposedly more than I need. But according to my white blood cell micronutrient analysis, I need at least this much, if not more. So you need to be really testing yourself. And that's based off my genetics. We're going to talk about that another time. I have some genetic reasons why I need so much B vitamins, and specifically B12. But this comes in a sealed capsule, so I don't put it in my pill container. I take 2 of these in the morning or in the evening. So here's my evening routine. So this will be in the PM section here. This is pregnenolone 50 milligrams. Pregnenolone is a precursor hormone. It's known as the mother hormone. It's the first hormone synthesized from cholesterol. I take this at night because it helps me with sleep. I've noticed a big difference in my sleep. I sleep deeper. I don't wake up through the night when I take this. But it also can support the downstream hormones, supporting cortisol. Now, I've tested low in cortisol a couple times, so I want to support my cortisol production with pregnenolone. This is N-acetylcysteine, NAC. Cysteine and glycine are the cofactors of glutathione. We have a glutathione product over here that we'll talk about a little bit later. You need both of these to produce glutathione. And then the dosage is about 2,000 milligrams each of these. So I take about 1,800 milligrams of NAC and 2 capsules of the glycine. So that's 2 capsules here, 3 capsules here. I typically take all of these at night. Some people may notice they have a bit of stomach upset with too much NAC. You can split that up throughout the day. But I would try to get most of your antioxidants in at night. Here's vitamin C. I take this twice daily. I take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. This is a 1,000 milligram. I had this just laying around the house. I don't know where I got it, but it seems like a pretty good one. And I take this because I'm taking higher doses of iodine. Again, you want to buffer the oxidative effect of taking high iodine doses to negate the thyroid peroxidase. I think thyroid peroxidase, the reason it goes up, and Dr. Pierre Cloutier agrees with me on this, is a lack of the antioxidant. So we take the antioxidant, we take the NAC, we take the glycine, we take the vitamin C, right? We take the selenium, and we take the vitamin A. These are all antioxidants. This is DHEA. This is another precursor hormone. I take this to support testosterone production, brain function, bone health. I take 5 milligrams of this at night. I can't tolerate much more than this. I get cystic acne on my back. It's not a good thing. So I got to be careful with my DHEA doses here. And then vitamin D. This is an interesting one. This is vitamin D complex by Designs for Health. It has D, A, E, and K1 and K2. So I'm getting a little bit more K1 and K2, which apparently I need a lot of this. I'm getting this into my supplement routine. I take it at night. This is only 2,000 units, so not that much. If I'm getting good sunlight, this might be enough for me, but I really like to boost my vitamin D levels. I like mine. I've tested as high as like 140 on the vitamin D25 hydroxy. My white blood cell vitamin D3 level was actually very good. It's on the top end of the reference range. And that's probably because I will add on a bit of this D3K2 supplement. I'll sprinkle a few drops into my water throughout the week. And doing that, and plus getting sunlight, I keep very high vitamin D levels, upwards of 100, and that's where I want mine. And it's also very good for testosterone. Vitamin D is a misnomer. It's actually a steroid. So several steroids I'm actually taking. So I'm taking pregnenolone, it's a steroid, DHEA as a steroid, and vitamin D is a steroid. Vitamin A, I will actually sprinkle this into my water a little bit throughout the week. I like to have high vitamin A levels. I also eat beef liver. Vitamin A is an antioxidant. It is antiviral. It improves your skin health, can help with acne. So I make sure I get plenty of vitamin A into my diet. And then this is the Quicksilver Scientific Glutathione Complex. I don't take this all the time. I will take this maybe on occasion. I take it at night, of course. It has a lot of B vitamins in there. It has trimethylglycine, supports homocysteine. It has milk thistle, helps the liver detoxification. I will use this on the rare occasion that I drink a bit of alcohol to support my detoxification. Maybe if I was exposed to some extra, toxins that day, shedding, I will take a bit more glutathione at night. So glutathione, if you take it in a capsule, I don't think that's worth too much. It doesn't absorb. You need to take it sublingually liposomally so it skips the digestive system and gets into your bloodstream. Alternatively, you can inject it. You can do an IV of glutathione, and you can inject it intramuscularly. And these are only ways to get glutathione into the body, except from doing the precursor supplementation. Honorable mentions would be alpha lipoic acid. I don't have that. I don't know where it went. My alpha lipoic acid has been low before. I tested that with Genova Diagnostics. Alpha lipoic acid is very important for brain, for memory, for decreasing cardiovascular disease, for lowering blood sugars. And so I take that one as well. If I can find my supplement around here, I'll add it to my routine here. So I do this all not because I'm sick. I do this as prevention, as optimization. I want to thrive. I'm trying to compete at the highest level of tennis, and I'm trying to prevent diseases. I also am a poor detoxer, apparently, of mold, and so I needed to take this protocol to help myself detox from mold. It was giving me some inflammation for a time. I had some pretty bad inflammatory markers. And so that started me on this protocol to try to lower these markers. And I have successfully lowered these markers in my blood work, which I'm happy about. But I've gotten kind of used to taking these things, and I figured I'm exposed to mold all the time. I live in Florida. I need to make sure I'm doing the right things to aid my detox system. According to my genetics, I do need some extra help with detoxing. So that's why I take all this, and yeah, I feel great, lots of energy. Another honorable mention, I have started taking NP thyroid. NP thyroid is a thyroid hormone. After taking iodine and selenium and B vitamins and all this for like 7 months, my thyroid hormone still wasn't coming up. My T3 was still sitting around 2.7. I didn't feel fatigued. I didn't have any of the symptoms of the hypothyroidism, other than I couldn't perform so great in tennis tournaments. I'm getting a little bit tired in the matches, and this may be related to low thyroid hormone. So I've been experimenting by taking 60 milligrams of NP thyroid, specifically on hard training days or tennis tournament days, to see if I can get a little bit more energy this way. But besides that, I don't take any other medicines. Yep, that's all that we have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.